What's up, my name is Jay and welcome back to my Tech Vault, and today we're going to be taking a look at the CoolerMaster MasterCase H500, which is a kind of a mid-tower case, and we're going to basically be doing an unboxing. Now this has got a tempered glass side panel, and for this particular case it's actually going to be ended up going in a build that I'm building for somebody. I do computer builds for people, so if you're interested, people all across the world, I mail them out, ship them out, and I build them on this channel and live streams and videos. So if you're interested, of course, maybe check that out. Also check out this build. It will be a live stream and a video coming out around this Friday. Live streams this Friday, so if you're interested, tune in for that. But we're going to be doing an unboxing today, kind of going over what we see with some of the parts, components, stuff that we get in this. And as I said, tempered glass, we've got a couple different, I believe it's a plastic front cover on here as well. So we're just basically going to take a look and of course see what we got. Real quick, before we get too far into this, I don't want my lovely name and address on here. So let me just hippity-hoppity this off real quick. So, unboxings, a lovely little bit of everyone's daily activities. And so for this case, I love doing unboxings because for people like you that are interested in buying this case, it's really nice to be able to give the ability to know what a case looks like, know what you have to work with, all that important stuff before you actually decide to go out and spend your money on it. So like this case, for example, though, CoolerMaster, I built with a lot of their cases before. I did the MasterBox Lite, I've done the TD500, and then this one I've actually built in the TD500 twice. So it's really a nice, I like CoolerMaster just because I like working in their cases. I actually have a thermal tape case back here, a couple Lanley cases, and another CoolerMaster, and then I've got like two Lanley cases and a third CoolerMaster. So I've got a lot of CoolerMaster cases, but I've also got my fair share of other cases. So I do know what I'm talking about, and I built in my fair share of systems as well. So here we go. Let's pop the sucker off and bring this out. So first off, one of the nice things to see is that we've got some padding, and here's the first bit you see. A nice plastic cover on the front, so if you're interested in prioritizing looks over airflow, this would be what I'd recommend. It's got this nice foam though, so it's pretty well packed, so if you want to ship this, it shouldn't have any problems in shipping. Let's slide the sucker out now, and I think I'm just going to go for the classic. Actually, I might do it this way. Make sure I'm not going to bump any of my lights. That might be a problem. There we go. So, there would be the case. Okay, so put the sucker back up. For me, I'm trying not to damage any of the plastic or anything, but it definitely, and there might be a little bump, apologies. So there we go. Get a manual, that's kind of important. Obviously, if you're building it in a case or something, it might be important to know what you're expected to have. Okay, let's put this back over there. I'm going to try keeping both these the foam pieces because I need them in order to ship this back to who I'm building this for. But there we go. Get this plastic off so we can take a look. Yeah, so we've got, as I said, a tempered glass side panel. Put this plastic over here. Wow, I gotta say though, like, you know, looking at this online, I wasn't too sure about it, but it's definitely got its fair share of interesting parts. So, here we go. We've got, first off, the first thing I see right here is the side panel, and the side panel looks really nice, I'm not gonna lie. Side panel, very, very nice. A very, very nice side panel. Tempered glass, looks good. We've got the nice little top bit here. So it looks like, let's see what we got here. So we've got 250, 240 millimeter, and then 180, and I think we even have a 200 millimeter radiator support as well. Obviously, I'm not quoting from the box, I'm just quoting what I see. We've got, as I said, two huge RGB fans, which I've actually never, actually I do have two of them over here, but for the most part I've never seen the RGB version, so that's nice to see, especially, you know, fans that size. I do have three of them, yeah, three regular, actually pretty thick fans, so that's some nice seeing some RGB versions of that, something unique I guess you don't see every day. Let's take off the back panel real quick, kind of go through that. So the front panel and back panel, I'll kind of give you a little bit of experience. I'm going to need to pop this off. So the front and back panel are nice to pop off because Of course, they hide stuff down here, which I can actually see. It's nice to look at the I/O. It also is kind of good to get an idea of how easy it is to take stuff on and off. Sometimes when you take the back panel on and off, you'll have like scraping of the paint off or something. Obviously, that's not something I have worries about, but as I said, pretty sturdy side panel as well. It's usually a good determinant of how high quality the case is. So looking in the back here, we've got some interesting things to note. We've got a lot of cable sleeves, lots of places to attach cables, and a lot of cable punches or places to put the cables through. I don't know how you guys can see this. The nice thing though is the glass is not tinted, so you can really see through it. Besides that, everything else looks pretty good. No issues there on the back. Everything looks pretty easy to work with. As I said, I haven't worked in this case before, but it's just a different case, and it doesn't look like it's got any noticing flaws at the moment. One of the things I will note though, and let me flip this around so you guys can see this, actually that I really like, is that most cases when they do this, and let me flip around so I can show you what I'm talking about. So most cases when you have SSD mounts, they will go through and they will give you these little rubber pieces or hard drive pieces that kind of attach to the hard drive so that they're not making noise. What they did is they put the rubber pieces actually are part of the screw. So when you put your SSD on there, and I don't have an SSD on me because I just put them in my PewDiePie system, but when you put them on there, obviously SSDs don't make a lot of noise, if any, but hard drives do. And so if you attach those, this makes sure that the sound you don't vibrate through the whole case. So I guess that's something to, of course, consider. As I said, from the back there, you can pretty much see we've got the consistent, solid build. Just like lots of good ways to do cable management and places to put the cables through, no problem there. I'm also going to take off the front panel. Let's get a little view of how all that is. And let's see if we can take this off. As I said, I like to be very careful with these because this is side panel, this is glass, and I don't like, don't want to have to damage this. Send this back in. The side panel is of course good to take off as well to see what it's like inside the case for y'all. As I said, another reason why I like doing this and why I like talking and kind of doing these unboxings and why people don't mind, especially when I'm building the computer for somebody, is when you start getting into doing computer building, and it looks like these screws don't come all the way off as well, they only come partially out. It's good to have the case checked over before you start building in it, make sure there's nothing wrong with it. I've had issues in the past where some things actually come out to be broken. So it's a pretty simple mechanism. Both screws come off, then you lift up and you pop this off. I'm going to put this down on the couch. So a few more things to note as well is actually those cables I was talking about. Looks like we've got all of them back here. They're actually pushed through here, but we've got our fair share of interesting things. A lot of different, looks like RGB controllers and stuff. Let me grab the bag back here. So every case, of course, comes with one of these suckers, and I think there's another one, maybe? No, it's not. So this is, of course, got yourself some zip ties, some extra screws. Looks like an RGB controller of some kind. Yes, this is an RGB controller. And then got some different power sources and adapters, and then of course a cloth to clean the glass. So as I said, we've got screws, a SATA power to RGB for the RGB controllers and stuff, and then a bunch of zip ties, a bunch of screws, and that's about it. Just a quick look over though, the fans. As I said, pretty good. The RGB fans are quite huge, so that'll be interesting to see. I'm actually going to figure out how easy the process is to pop off the front panel and switch them out, because the panel right now looks cool. I have no problem with it, and as I said, I'll have to talk to the guy that I'm building this for and what he prefers. But for right now, it looks really, really good this way. A lot of especially one of the big downsides of this kind of case is that the front panel, on the previous version of this case, is that the front panel had a lot of airflow issues. So of course I might do a little airflow testing and see what it looks like. But rather this is going to basically be me kind of taking this off, replacing the perforated front panel with the non-perforated regular panel of just the plastic panel. I don't know how this works. Let's see what we got here. It looks like it may just be, I think I got it. Here we are. But just taking this front panel off, and that was actually surprisingly easy. So as you can see, we've got this, which has a lot of dust capture, so it's really good actually. It's like they've added, as I said, there's, as I said, dust capture, airflow intakes all along here, and then all on this front panel. Looks like they've got 8 screws total that are on the front to hold in the plastic. If I wanted to replace it, I don't think it'd be that easy or difficult. I also think that it looks pretty good so far. I have no issues. I do think though that the perforation goes a little bit better with the case, or it could be the other way around. I just think that looks a little bit better in my personal opinion. But honestly, as I said, overall, no issues there. I'll make sure I'm putting this in the right way. But I might have to worry about that after this video. Oh, there we go. So looks good, and as I said, no issues there. I'll have to I'll fix that after that. But yeah, so overall, no issues. Switching now to the front over here. Oh no, these seem a little cheap, obviously. Plastic drive holders are a little cheap, a little bendy. Kind of disappointed in that. Everything else is really nice, no issues there. They click in nice though, no issues. And then you've got a drive. It's like an SSD spot down there. But yeah, everything else looks good, no issues. Standoff mounts are currently mounted. Yeah, they've only got 2 of them mounted, so it looks like that'll be interesting as well. But nope, no issues. So that's kind of the review of the showcase and review, I guess, unboxing of the CoolerMaster H500. And if you're, of course, interested in any questions and stuff, go down in the comments. If you're interested in having a system built by me, if you want to get the live stream, all that stuff, I have a website. Check that out down in the description. And I do ship to like all the United States if you're interested. If not, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got something out of it. And thank you very much for watching. So, yeah. Check out the channel for other cool circular news, reviews, videos, etc. I've done a lot of unboxings, etc. with different cases, motherboards. I got a long list of stuff I got to do for this build. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.